Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. My name is Cole Whip, and this is episode 2 of the No BS guide to the best guns inside of Modern Warfare Zombies. We're kicking this episode off with the BP50. Just a reminder, every gun is tested at epic rarity. Let's get right to the gameplay. When it comes to ammo capacity, this gun is no better than average. You got 90 rounds in the magazine, 405 in reserve. We're going to give this gun a 6 out of 10 on ammo capacity. Let's move on to crowd control. When it comes to crowd control, this gun does have a couple of caveats. If you're not running mags of holding, you are going to need speed cola, and you definitely need to be dead shot equipped when running this gun. But it will hold its own in tier 3. It'll hold its own in the dark ether. For those reasons, we're going to give this gun a 7.5 out of 10 on crowd control, and let's move on to bosses. Now, before we get into bosses, I already hear y'all in the comments, hey, Cole Whip, this clip is with a legendary gun. Hey, I get it. The gameplay that I had, there were some server issues, and the footage was extremely laggy when I was doing the boss fight with the testing. So this is some footage that I had of the gun with a legendary, showing some damage that it can do against this disciple. But I promise you, I am rating this gun at an epic rarity. We're giving it an 8 out of 10 when it comes to bosses at epic rarity. I would give this gun a 9 to a 9.5 out of 10 at legendary rarity. Some guns in the game can do a little bit better, and some things in the game are just completely broken. But let's go ahead and get to the final ratings here. I'll show you the build to the gun, and we'll move on to the SOA Subverter. Okay, you got the build up on screen. I'm giving this gun a final rating of a 7.5 out of 10. It's held back a little bit by its ammo capacity. It could do a little bit better on crowd control, and it could do a little bit better on bosses. So for that reason, we're going to give it a 7.5 out of 10, and we're going to move on to the SOA Subverter. And we are right into the SOA Subverter. So when you are pack-a-punched with this gun, you got 100 rounds in your magazine. You have 1,400 rounds in reserve, giving you 1,500 total rounds. And if you've got mags of holding on this gun, man, oh man, does it got some ammo. 10 out of 10 on ammo capacity. Let's move on to crowd control. Crowd control is absolutely one of the biggest strengths of this new battle rifle that was introduced with Season 2 Reloaded. Just watch us tear through this horde of zombies in tier 3, and we do not even have Deadshot equipped. You're going to tear through the hordes in tier 3. You're going to tear through them in the dark ether. This gun is getting a 9.5 out of 10 on crowd control. Throw on mags of holding, and you're just taking that entire horde out, probably taking no damage. Let's move on to bosses. If there is one thing I learned from this almost 7-minute fight with this disciple, is that this gun is absolute trash against bosses. I am giving this gun a 4 out of 10 on bosses. That is its absolute downfall of this gun. Its damage output is very low in boss fights. So there you have it, 4 out of 10. Let's move on to the build and the final rating, and let's get on to the TAC 56. Alright, we're giving this gun a final rating of 6.5 out of 10. It is so amazing on ammo capacity and crowd control, but the bosses, whether it's a regular boss or a bounty boss, this gun is just completely lacking in boss damage. For that reason, it's going to suffer 6.5 out of 10. Let's move on to the TAC 56. This weapon was recommended by one of the viewers on this channel. Please leave a comment down below if you'd like to recommend a gun that you would like to see featured on the gun guide, and I really enjoyed using this weapon. Like with a lot of the MW2 guns, this weapon has some amazing ammo capacity. You have 120 rounds in the mag, you have 900 in reserve. We're giving this gun a 10 out of 10 on ammo capacity, and let's move on to crowd control. When it comes to crowd control, this gun was a ton of fun to use. It fires fast, it takes out those hordes. Even had enough confidence to take on this orb while managing this horde from this sport contract. And if you do these contracts down here, you know those hordes can get pretty big, but we took them out with no problem. We are giving this gun a 9 out of 10 on crowd control, and let's move on to bosses. This is a bounty mega abomination we're taking out here, and as you can see here, this gun is taking chunks out of this mega bomb. This is one of those guns that would really benefit with mags of holding. We're going to give this gun an 8.5 out of 10 on bosses. That could even get to a 9 or a 9.5 with mags of holding. So there you go, 8.5 out of 10 on bosses, and let's get to the final rating in the build. We ran this Anime Tango bundle. I didn't make any alterations to it. I'm sure you can make a better build to run inside of MWZ, but I'm giving this gun a final rating of 9 out of 10. This gun absolutely slaps, so thank you for recommending that in the comments down below. If you'd like to recommend a gun to feature on episode 3 of the Gun Guide, please drop that comment down below. We are well on our way to our first 500 subscribers, so if you could hit that subscribe button, turn on those post notifications, and if you'd like to know which Dark Ether Rift you should be taking these guns to, go ahead and check out this video here. And my name is Cole Whip, and I'm out.